going through the audio system on my 2004 Prius. So this is a 2004 Prius. It had the JBL audio upgrade. I wasn't too happy with the JBL system, so I decided to upgrade it. Now, for this upgrade, I had a few requirements. The first is that it would be cheap. I had just gotten the car, spent all my money on the car, didn't really have a lot of money to spend upgrading it. The second is to keep the OEM look and feel for a few reasons. To reduce theft and to maintain the storage of the car. I didn't want a sub box taking up most of my storage. And the third requirement is Apple CarPlay and Android Auto and having streaming services built into the car. I'll get into that later in another video. So in the front, I have the Focal Splatifier SP, whatever it is. I'll put an image of the speakers on screen. In the stock location. So the stock mid-bass and the stock tweeter location. Same on the other side. And then for the head unit, I took out the stock head unit and put in a computer running Linux. This will get its own video, but it's just a head unit basically. I got pretty much just, Spotify, CarPlay, Tidal, web browser, backup camera. Then I got some debugging stuff here for it, but that can be hidden away. I have a steering wheel control set up. Put in some USB ports to run a CarLink adapter for Apple CarPlay. Aux in that's currently unused. And then behind here, tucked in between the ducting, is the DAC for the head unit. Then under the passenger seat where the stock the stock amplifier was, the stock upgraded amplifier, I put my passive crossovers here. So the front, these are for the left, and then these two are for the right. This is the stock bracket for the amplifier with a custom welded bracket to mount the crossovers to. The last crossover set that I was using worked a lot better for fitment, and yeah, it's not great. The wires are probably getting cut up in there, and but it works. Moving over to the back, I removed the rear speakers to repurpose for other projects. So there's nothing actually in the rear doors, and so just disconnected them there, and yeah, under the seat they're just not plugged in anywhere. And in the trunk is where I put all the stuff, so wanted to keep the factory look, as I mentioned before, so that I could, sleep or whatever in the back, store whatever. Moving all that stuff off to the side and removing the floor, shows the bulk of the work. So starting from the right side, because this is following the electricity flow right to left, got upgraded battery This is the Optima Yellow Top. Yeah, Optima Yellow Top. With some zero gauge going to positive distribution block, reused from my dad's old stuff. Most of the stuff here is actually reused from my dad's previous setups for cost savings. So high amperage distribution block, ground distribution block, timer relay for the accessory line. So this delays some of the stuff back here from turning off by about a minute. Phoenix Gold, Tantrum 500.2 for the fronts. And then DD 1500, I believe, for the subwoofer in a custom box. That is reused from my dad. There's a cool story with that. Not going to go into that now. Phoenix Gold Tantrum 1200.1 for the sub, bridged. And then this ported box was designed, well, all of this was designed by my dad and fabricated by my dad, but I did all the electronics and the wiring for that. I wanted help building it, but he had an idea, and once he has an idea, he just goes with it, so it worked out well, which I'm very thankful for. And then here I got a low amperage distribution block, which is what this timer relay controls. The reason for... So the low amperage distribution block powers the computer, the screen, the dash cam, yeah, let's see. Yeah, just those three at the moment. And the timer relay delays this distribution block from turning off by a minute. So this will turn off a minute after the car turns off. That would give the upgraded head unit, well, the computer enough time to shut down if I had actually properly implemented that. I did not. And then here I got the, so these are the RCAs from the DAC in the front, which just goes out to some RCA splitters to the two amplifiers. Eventually I would like to put a DSP here, but that's not a thing at the moment for me. Yeah. And overall it sounds pretty good. I really like it, all things considered. Spent like 1,500 Canadian on it, which really, considering how, like, considering I entered in some competitions and did pretty well in it with using, what was this, like 15-year-old hardware, is pretty crazy. And most importantly, that it just tucks away just like that.